Hello, my loves. Medicine here, your oracle, passing along some good love, light, and Reiki, as well as the message for the divine in the in the month actually, of March 2017. You can see we got a 12 spread here, and so each row here is going to represent a week. And if we start out here, we start in with the Two of Swords in reverse. We start in with the Ace of Cups in reverse. We start in with the Knight of Wands in reverse. So for me, I'm relating this all to, there seems to be some sort of disagreements that we're having right now that are not being resolved, and they're not being put on hold. They're continuing on. It's not, there's no truce anywhere in between. There's no, okay, let's take a break from this conversation. It's, I almost want to say it's kind of heated looking at the Knight of Wands being in the same week. Is that it's kind of heated almost for some of you. And the emotional energy there is kind of in a downward spiral. I want to say this is kind of a new thing. This is kind of a new topic, something maybe that hasn't yet been discussed, or something that is newly being discussed right now, talked about right now, where it's kind of the first inklings of it happening, and there's no break from that. It seems to keep going, and because of that, the new dreams and inspiration that you're supposed to be feeling at this time, you're not connecting with it, because we're in the mental right now. We're in the mind here with the Two of Swords. We're in the mind, we're in the mental. So our dreams and hopes and wishes, those new dreams, hopes, wishes, aspirations, new relationships that we're supposed to be connecting to right now, in this first week, we're not connecting to those. Although it's a great time for going out and traveling. Road trip, if you're someone who's looking to travel about by vehicle, by car, by bus, by train, by motorcycle, this is a great time for that. A great time to go on a nice long getaway for a little while and just kind of let the air, just let all the dense energy air away. As we get towards the second week here, in the second week here, we get the Five of Wands in reverse. We get the Hierophant upright, and we get the Empress card upright. So the Hierophant is kind of showing me that I feel like the Hierophant is kind of coming somewhere along the way for some of you. For some of you, you meet this traveler along the way. You meet this someone who is here to give you some good sound advice on some religious issues or spiritual issues, and really more kind of earthbound issues. How do I say it here? Practical approaches in which you can that are connected to spiritual application. If you're someone that reads the Bible, it's like, what does it say in the Bible about how to approach adversity, an adversity that you're dealing with right now between yourself and another person? How do you approach that? What does it say in the Bible about it? It's one of those things. It's not necessarily the Bible. It can totally be, but how to approach it in a good way, connecting with your highest self, connecting with spirit in this instance, and bringing that down to earth and connecting with it in a good way. I want to say, because you've traveled out, there might be some things under you, there might be some competition there. What's coming up, funny enough, too, is that maybe you have a job, maybe at your job there's like other people that are wanting to take vacation at the same time as you, and so it's like a competition to see who can take vacation at that same time as you. The other thing that might come up for me is that you might already be on vacation, and there's a lot of competition going around, in which case you kind of lose out. Or you might not have gotten to go on that vacation because there was competition and the other person won out on that. This matter brings you to a point where you seek some spiritual counsel, perhaps spiritual advisement from someone. And I have to say you're probably pretty down about it because there's some blocked energy in how to grow, how to manifest things, and how to grow things into being. I almost want to say that that has to be tied to the Ace of Cups. Those new dreams, those new wishes, those new relationships that are coming up for some of you Cancers here, how to grow that right now is a bit of a difficulty for you. For others, how to take back that which you've lost with the Five of Wands, because you have all this competition, and it's kind of like this competition becomes a little too overwhelming for you. You're not really at a place where you can probably deal with it right now because you have all this going on between the disagreements and the emotional turmoil that's happening for you right now. Then we get into the third week, we get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So there could be a lot of people in your life right now. You could have a couple of earth sign people in your life right now on a sun, moon, or rising. You can have a fire sign person coming into your life right now. Again, sun, moon, or rising. There can be an air sign person in your life right now, sun, moon, or rising. For me, I like to look at these and I like to go, okay, this person is probably someone that has a feminine quality to them. If they're not female, they probably have a feminine quality to them. And or they could be a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. This person could be a Knight of Pentacles. This person could be a Virgo, and can have more of a masculine quality, or could have more of a masculine quality to them, and or could have more of a masculine quality to them. Sun, moon, or rising. Once again, this is not a good time for traveling on foot. So if you're thinking about walking to somewhere, it's probably not a great time for traveling on foot per se. The Knight of Wands could be a Sagittarius and or someone of a fire sign and sun, moon, or rising, who could probably be more along the lines of a teenager, young adult type deal. It could represent someone who is adventurous, you know, someone who's charismatic, someone who's boyishly charming. It would be a male or female, but perhaps someone who has some masculine extroverted energy to them. This guy, the Knight of Pentacles, for example, would have a introverted masculinity to them, versus this one that has more of an extroverted masculinity. The Knight of Pentacles could be someone in your life who's very slow and pragmatic. They move at a slow pace. This could be representing some sluggishness, actually, not taking any action at all. So being very sluggish, being very greedy about their things. The Knight of Pentacles could be someone who's being very greedy, being very stingy, mine. You know, could be giving you attitude because they don't like changes that are going on around right now. You get the Queen of Pentacles, who is also very pragmatic and very practical, but she seems to be moving in a good direction. She's doing good. She's doing good at this time. She's moving in a really good direction. This person with the feminine energy and or Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, or earth sign, sun, moon, or rising. So it could be anything like that. Could be moving. You know, they're kind of a businesswoman. You know, they're very earthly. They're very grounded. Could be a businesswoman here. Could be someone who's very protective of her material possessions, of her home. Um, and then this guy here could be like a little girl, you know, a little girl or a child, like person for that matter, of an air sign. Any air sign really. Sun, moon, or rising. And they seem to be doing pretty good. The Page of Swords is about sending messages and communication. So something's going to come to you in a message by phone, by text message, by word, by note. In the third week there, Queen of Pentacles is talking about a time of development. So you're going to be developing some things. Perhaps some things having to do with prosperity. And I almost feel like that's kind of connected to the Hierophant here. I think the Hierophant's kind of had a conversation with you, and perhaps you become someone who is very practical, pragmatic, and takes very methodical steps in order to achieve something. That's very possible. Or you might have someone in your life who's kind of guiding you in that direction. This person can also be one and the same. The Knight of Pentacles is someone against sluggish movement. And so in the beginning of the week, either there's going to be some time where things are going to be sluggish and procrastinating, or, you know, there's going to be someone in your life that's like, you know, you're trying to get things done right now with all this energy that you got coming in, and they're like, they're not there right now. So next we get the Two of Cups. We get the Page of Cups. And we get the Moon card in reverse. So as things go by, you begin to find an appeal and attraction, perhaps either for someone else. Someone comes into your life to where you feel very much connected to, like as in like kindred soul, kindred spirit connected to, like very connected with this person, attracted to this person. This person is very attractive to you, but it's up to you whether you decide to take that on or not, and progress with it or not. It almost looks like you do, because the Page of Cups is suggesting a message coming through in an emotional way. And so someone could be telling you something romantic, something loving, you know. And I almost want to say that's the Two of Cups. So perhaps maybe you go on a date, you know. Perhaps maybe you get out and you enjoy some other romantic fling going on here, or something that might turn into something, but you're kind of learning about it right now with the Page of Cups. You're kind of learning about what that means for you, where that's going for you, if it is going to go anywhere. But it's something that it looks like you're taking on. It's something that it looks like you're taking on and continuing with, dear Cancers. For those of you who are already in relationships, I'm wondering if somewhere along the line you were finally able to square everything away with the disagreements you were having earlier on, and now you've kind of found this newfound attraction towards one another, and it's kind of helping you turn over a new leaf. Again, you know, new relationships, new dreams, new hopes, new ways of connecting emotionally were coming in earlier in the month, and it was kind of overcrowded by the mental process. Maybe that relationship didn't work out for some of you earlier on, and maybe you found a new one later on in the month. Maybe it's the same relationship that didn't work out that might be working out for you now. Maybe it's a dream, a new dream, hope, aspiration, or wish that is now, that you now have energy and time to work with. However, the Moon card is coming up in reverse, which concerns me, because Cancers, hello, you are guided by the Moon, and yet you're not falling into your intuitive selves. So it makes me wonder if perhaps we're allowing a little too much for our egos to guide the way and not allow for our intuitive sides, our instinctual sides to aid us in being the guide. Kind of sitting on the, in the passenger seat there and helping us along. But nonetheless, you do have this new relation or some new dreams and hopes and aspirations coming your way. Ready, set, go is the spirit who comes up for you. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. Wow, I love that. Ready, set, go. Now is the time for you to come in and embrace your heart's desire. So even though you might not feel entirely ready, this card says that there is no better time than the present to dive into your future. You are advised to take both big and small steps to move in the direction of your dreams. Push aside everything unrelated to your life's mission. Adjust your schedule so that the bulk of your time relates to your priorities and goals. Delegate tasks to other people or hire someone to assist you. Your responsibilities will still be met. You'll be happier, you'll enjoy greater self-esteem, and you'll attract more abundance in the long run if you jump in and follow your heart. So there you go. It's a time for kind of getting yourself out of your left brain, out of your ego, and allowing your heart to guide the way. That's the important message here. Perhaps if you allow the heart to guide the way, some of these reversals here can be brought right side up for you because you're allowing your intuition to guide you there. That's the message from the divine for all you Cancers in the month of March 17th. I hope that this is helpful for you. Please know that I'm opening up my portals to doing readings for people, personal readings for you. I can do any kind of reading you want. Romance, career, general, daily, monthly, weekly, you name it, I can do it. And I'm doing them all for free because I love you guys. And my motivation is to really try to help people to ascend within themselves so that they can send without of themselves. And so if there's any way that I can do that, then I'm going to do that. I'm giving these out until the month of July, so that gives you a good portion of time to get a free reading in. So I invite you to please come get a free reading. I'd love to give one to you. I'd love to help you along your journey. If there's something that the divine can intuit through me to help you along your journey here, I'd love to share that with you. Sending you love, light, and Reiki. This is your Oracle Medicine signing out. Aho mataku ase.